Hi, this is Rob. I'm going to show you hopefully a little bit about my thought, excuse me, on caps. Excuse me. What I have here is I have an old cap frame, so I apologize. I was looking for a newer one that you might have, but either way, you have a rough edge right here, or little teeth on it, and you have little teeth on the one band. When you put a cap on it, first thing you do is when you check a cap is that many of them come with different arc here, and you'll notice that the greater the arc, if I were to run this kind of up and down like so that this is flat, you can see, you know, that if I run this like they ask you to hoop it, and if you can imagine it being flat on the machine, you have quite a little bit of distance from here to here, my hand being representing the needle plate, so how crooked it becomes. In theory, what I've come up with is that if you run the band of the cap frame down the cap like it's supposed to, you know, or shows, that you end up with this big old gap underneath. Again, you can see quite the angle. Now, if I keep my hand representing the needle plate and I rotate the cap, you can see that this becomes flatter. So the whole ticket is to hoop it from here to here and at this angle. Now I can't, with this piece right here, a little difficult for me to get that exact thing down here. So you put it on there, pull down good and snug on the bottom side of this so that this is in its best, particularly in flex fit hats, that they get stretched out. Now you'll see that I will pull this back like so, run this over, push this forward, and I make sure that I catch about 1 inch on either side of the bill, and you can see how much of an angle the cap is at. The whole desire is to get this sewing area flattened out more so than what it is. So when I pull it off, you can see that it's at, whoop, it popped out on me a little bit, I'm sorry, but it's at quite an angle like that. So that's kind of the whole gist of modifying the hat hooping. Again, pulling it taut, rotating it so that this flattens out for you instead of up and down like this. Rotate it, and you can see that this creates a much flatter sewing field. And then of course the rest of it would be your settings on your machine, and if there's any issues with that, give me a shout, okay?